Hi guys, it's zrPurple here, and I just wanted to talk about something that I had a discussion with my friend a few days ago, and I just think it's a really important message that I feel like everyone should know or prevent, because I feel like it had a really bad outcome on me. And so, yeah, I couldn't sleep. So, I'm making a YouTube video about something that I suddenly thought of. So, basically, me and my friend were talking about, personal growth, I guess. What changed, what made us change as a person, and what build character in us, or not build necessarily, not for the better, affected our personalities or the way we interact with others and ourselves. And I started talking about my childhood, and I think that's when because I never really thought about it. I thought my childhood was pretty normal, actually. I thought that's how it was for everyone. That's why I didn't think of it that much. But because the past month, I've been told twice now that that it's not really normal, or it's not as normal as other kids. So that got me thinking about why I turned out the way I am today. So basically, when I was little, my parents were very busy. My mom, she would always be working at her clothing shop, and she would always be working from morning to night, because I don't remember seeing her a lot in my memory. And my dad, he's always just been working from morning to night. He's a really hardworking man. And so basically I would go to school. My mom would dress me up and, make breakfast, or take me to school. And then after school, I can't really remember. Either my parents pick me up, or my sister picks me up, or a family friend picks me up, and they bring me back home. And I remember, so I think two major memories I had of being alone in the house were in two houses. The first one was when I was 5 to 9. That's what my memory can remember, 5 to 9. And I remember I would just get picked up and I would be dropped off at home. And all I remember from then on is just watching TV every single day. My favorite show on the television was Treehouse. I don't know if you guys have that. It's a Canadian TV thing, and there's a lot of shows on it, kids show. And I remember I would just watch Treehouse every single day. And when I was hungry, this is really funny because I would always joke about it, but my main diet was either unripe bananas. I remember that very specifically because I hated unripe bananas because they tasted weird. And it's also a reason why, till this day now, I open my banana not from like the stem. Like, I open my banana like from the butt, like, you know, the little button thing. I would rip it, and my friends always would look at me like, what are you doing? Like, why are you opening it that way? And that's just what I've been doing since I was little. And yeah, but that's super funny. I would eat ripe bananas, and because I don't know how to cook, because I'm like really young, I would eat bread with either ketchup or ketchup. Yeah, all I know is actually ketchup. That's kind of that sounds kind of really unappetizing, but I swear it was really good. And I would eat bread and ketchup. Oh, I loved ice cubes too. I loved eating ice cubes because it was really crunchy, and we didn't have ice cream because my mom was like a very, very strict on food. Like, we didn't have like any snacks at home other than like one snack. Like, each week she would only allow us to get one thing, and we would get it, and usually it would run out really fast. And yeah, so I'd eat like ice cubes, ketchup toast, and unripe bananas. But yeah, I was mostly just alone most of the time. I do have a sister, but she's like 12 years older than me, so like, you know, age gap of like, she's probably, wait, let me do the math. Yeah, 17 while I was 5. So like, you kind of get it, right? You don't want to be hanging out with a 5-year-old when you're 17. So she'll mostly be in her room, and I would always find her. I remember that I was always, sorry. And before, I remember I would always go to her room or attempt to go to her room because I wanted to play with her because I was really bored. But she would always she would always like trick me into saying, "Oh my god, I think I hear mom downstairs. I think she's back." And I would be all excited, and I would run downstairs like, "Mom!" And she's not there. And then I would go back upstairs, and my sister locked the room, like locked her door. That's really funny. So yeah, I think just most of my childhood, I remember I would play all my toys and watch TV. I don't remember going out and play dates a lot, actually. I really don't. I did go to the park a lot. Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people would sometimes say that I'm very independent, and I always find like ways how to entertain myself. So like now I don't really bother like, you know, adults like, or anyone actually, to go play or hang out with me. And yeah, in my second house, after I transferred elementary schools, I'll talk about that another day. But I transferred elementary schools. So like, I had access to an iPad now. And that caused me to, you know, be even more antisocial. Not really antisocial, because I was okay with talking to people. It's just when I had free time, I wouldn't go find any of my friends. I'd just be on my TV or iPad. And yeah, I was a huge YouTube kid. Oh my god, it's so funny. My mom would like assign homework for me before she goes to like, her job, and I would never do it. I would always sneak into her room and watch iPad the whole day. And oh my god, I would stand while watching the iPad because I was scared if I laid down and I was too comfortable that I wouldn't hear her coming back, so I couldn't turn it off and like go back to like, my study table in time, and then she would find out I was actually watching iPad the whole day. And oh yeah, another reason why I was like standing is because the charger isn't long enough to be able to charge, because like, if she sees the battery going down, she'll be like, oh, you watched it. But I was a smart kid, so I kept it charged the entire time I was using it. But that's the reason why I could never like lie down watching it, because it wasn't long enough. So yeah. And also, each video I watched, I had to delete the history afterward, because my mom checks that too. And oh yeah, as you can tell, my mom's pretty strict. She was like really like strict on my iPad, my studies, and all that. And I think that's why I barely got to go on any like hangouts or play dates with a lot of my friends in my new elementary school, because I changed. And so yeah, and I think that really built my character to like be more like entertainable to myself. Like I can always find something to do. I can like suddenly like be scrolling and like, oh my god, I'll go like make a cake or something. I think that's why I got really into baking too. I really like cooking and baking. Oh yeah. And then my elementary school also taught us crocheting and knitting, and I got really into that too. So in my free time, I would just be baking, cooking, knitting, crocheting, reading, watching iPad. And so I really never ran out of things to do. And on top of that, whenever my mom had time to be with me, it was always like to like be a tutor, like be focused on my studies or my education. Like, oh my god, I did violin for 7 years, and it was a horrible 7 years. I started when I was 5, and yeah, my mom would just always be on the side, and she was like my second teacher, basically. I had a violin teacher. She was Ukrainian. Very scary lady. Very scary. She made a ton of children cry, me included. She was very scary. She would always, like, she had glasses on. She would wear them, and then she would like, glare at you like that, like above her glasses. Oh my god, she's so scary. Even till this day. My mom was basically like a second, like, tutor, violin tutor. She doesn't know any musical, like, she doesn't have any music background. Like, she never learned it. She never, really played an instrument. She never took music theory. She basically learned with me. And that's really bad because number one thing, never let your parents, especially mother or your dad, who's the like stricter one, like who cares about your studies more, never let them tutor you or try to teach you something, because oh my god, it was hell. My life revolved around that violin. It's like I would be playing 4 to 5 hours a day, and that was also the only time I actually spent with my mom, because she was so busy too. So she would just spend like most of her time just with me, educating me on, like, teaching me violin. Like, not teaching, sorry. Helping me practice for a violin. Oh my god, practice is like a trigger word for me, kind of, because of how much my teacher said it. Like, more practice, 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 practice more. Why didn't you practice? Oh, yeah. And we would always be yelling, I would always be crying. And it's like a really bad cycle, because she would be yelling at me for not doing something correct, and I would be like, I don't want to do it, like, and we would start fighting, and then she would go back into her room, and then I would come after and apologize to her, because I can't stand people being mad at me, or more so as, I think it's not like a big deal of like who's right or wrong. I don't really care who's right, who's wrong. I just don't want us to fight anymore. And I think, like, it's easier for me to apologize and make you forgive me than to, like, because my mom, she would never apologize to me back then. If I didn't come to her first, she would never, like, put her head down. Like, she was a really, really strong-minded person. Now I think I changed her a bit throughout the years, but I think she's gotten a lot better. She knows how to, like, put down her pride and ego and say sorry to me. But before, she never once, like, took the passive side in a fight. Yeah, and that did build a lot of tension in our relationship too. But I'm not gonna get into that. But anyways, so most of my childhood, I was just like either alone, entertaining myself, not really hanging out with other people. If I did, like, hang out with other people, it would be like, like once in a month kind of play date, like for their birthday or something, or like, I don't know, a really, like a scheduled play date that's been like scheduled for a long time. But yeah. I don't want to completely blame it on, like, I was left alone, so I'm used to being alone, because I do remember a period of time where I would go to the neighbor's house a lot. They had a, a daughter that's 1 year younger than me, and we would always play Roblox together, and yeah, I would find her all the time. But I think another reason why I became such a not reaching out kind of friend, but yeah, I think it's also related to my past experiences with my other friendships, because I never had a friend that I made necessarily like that lasted a long time, or like I felt was really significant. Either like all my friendships either have been I changed schools, or they changed schools, or they kind of left me for someone, I don't know, cooler. That's a dumb word, but like more interesting. And yeah, I think that's why I just, rather than relying on my, like, um, relying on my happiness, kind of, like entertaining myself, relying on my happiness on others, I learned to, like, fulfill it. That's not the right word. Or manage it on my own. And I think that might be a reason why I have so many hobbies, or why I'm really open to anything. Like, I really like arts. I like reading, crocheting, knitting, all that, drawing. But yeah, I think that's why I had so many hobbies. And that's not a bad thing, of course, that's not a bad thing. But now, one of the things that is kind of holding me back from, like, being a good friend is I'm not reaching out as much to my friends, because I just don't automatically think about friends when I'm alone. Like, when I have free time, I never really have the thought of like, oh, maybe I should text a friend, maybe I should call a friend, maybe we should hang out. I'm never the one to make the first move, and I think that caused a lot of frustration in my friends. My two closest friends have complained that to me, saying they feel like it's really tiring to be my friend, and because they don't feel like I'm putting the same amount of effort they're putting. And I totally get it. Like, yeah, I'm not reaching out. You're always the one that's texting me first. You're always the one that's calling me. You're always the one that's making plans. And I feel really bad for them. I'm really sorry that they have a friend like me. But it's just, when I'm alone, I truly can't, or I never came across the option of, like, finding someone to spend my alone time with. I've been changing that recently. I'm really proud of myself. I've been texting my friends first a lot now, updating them about, like, things that I find cool or like, funny, and I text them about it. And I think that's a huge improvement because, okay, like, side story. One of my closest friend, we had like a bit of a, not like fight, but more as in like miscommunication and argument kind of way. And after that, she called me twice, and it was like really awkward. We weren't talking much, and after that, she stopped reaching out to me, and this is my fault completely. Now, if I were to go back, I would actually reach out to her, but back then, when she stopped reaching out to me, I didn't reach out to her. And that's because I think I was so used to her reaching out to me first that when she didn't reach out to me, I thought she was like, she had no interest in being my friend anymore, or like she forgot about me. And I know that's a really stupid way of like seeing this, like, duh, she wants you to contact her. You guys had an argument and she called you twice and you weren't talking. Go talk to her, go contact her. But like, in my immature little brain, I didn't see it that way. I just saw it as, oh, she's not contacting me anymore. It's not even like, oh, I should contact her. It's more as in, does she not like me anymore? I guess I'm boring now. Oh, I'm gonna wait until she contacts me. And I think that's a really, really immature way of thinking, and I'm really glad that I moved on from that. But because of that incident, we stopped talking for 8 months. One of my closest friends, I stopped talking for 8 months because, not even because of a fight, because of literal lack of communication. Recently, I was able to get her back into my life. We talked a lot, and basically, the choice is like in my hand. I can choose like rather this friendship continues or like it ends, and that is all based on if I reach out to her or not. And at first, when I heard that, it's not like nothing shocking, but when I first heard that, I was really stressed and like scared, because I was scared I was gonna like force myself, like not force, like kind of make it a painful, stressful routine to remind myself to like, oh yeah, I have to contact her or she won't be my friend. Oh, I have to contact her or we're not gonna talk again. And I really want her in my life. And I think at first I was just really worried that my view on our friendship has changed, because I didn't want it to seem like I didn't enjoy texting her, because it's like, you know, a duty now, or the consequences. She's not going to be my friend. And so, yeah. But as I, like, followed through with my words, like, to contact her first, I gradually, like, got used to it, and it's honestly not that big of a deal. And honestly, I don't feel forced at all to talk to her now, like, to reach out first. And I think our friendship has gotten actually even better now, because I'm reaching out and she's feeling like our friendship is, like, you know, mutual and, like, same amount of effort. And I really agree with her, because reaching out, like, takes a lot of courage when you first don't, like, if you never done it. I think that's why I was really hesitant at first, because I never really reached out. But when you start doing it a lot with someone, it becomes, like, really natural, and you don't really have to think much about it. And I think now I'm truly making really good progress and becoming a better friend towards the people that I love. And I really want to keep improving myself on these bad habits, because I still want to be friends with people that I love. And I'm really happy that I'm actually not finding it as a duty or that stressful, and that I can continue what I thought was the end of our friendship. Because honestly, I was so scared that I wasn't gonna be able to talk to her anymore. Because she's like, I miss talking to her, you know? Like, throughout the 8 months that we haven't talked, I was thinking about her probably, like, twice a week, or even more. At the beginning, when we stopped talking, I thought of her, like, every single day. And you might be wondering, why didn't you text her then? If you thought about it that much, why didn't you text her then? Because I'm a fucking pussy. That's my answer. But in all seriousness, I was actually just so scared that she wouldn't react the same. Like, wouldn't have the same strong feelings I had of wanting to be friends again or talk. And I asked, like, everyone. I asked my other close friend, my best friend, and I asked my mom multiple times. I think she's annoyed of me now because of how much I asked. I always be like, oh my god, should I call her? Should I text her? Should I do that? And she'll be like, you know, go with the flow. And I think I really need someone in my life to just tell me to do it and to stop overthinking it that much. Because never in my life have I overthought for something as much as this. Not even for, like, exchanging schools. This is one of the times that I really had to, like, have someone to tell me, just do it. Because at the end, the worst thing that I could have done is not contacting her. But yeah, I did not end up contacting her. It was her that contacted me first after 8 months. And I am so grateful that she did, because I don't think I would be able to take that first step. I really don't think I would be able to. Maybe I would have in a year, but I don't even think so. I feel like the larger the gap is, the larger the time, like the longer the time you guys haven't like talked, the more unlikely, like, or the more hard it is to contact them. And this is a word to all of you guys. If there's someone you really want to text, call, or like catch up to again, do it before it's like too late. Cause I don't know how many chances I'll get like this again. I don't know how many like times I get to be too scared to contact someone and they'll contact me, because I'm pretty sure that the next time that I really want to contact someone and I don't do it, they won't be the one to contact me first. And that really scares me, because there are a lot of important people in my life that I love, and the thought that because of my own mindset is preventing me to fix our friendship or relationship scares me and makes me think about like outcomes if she didn't text me that day. And this is like a really good lesson for you guys, that if you have someone you want to text because you guys had a misunderstanding, or because you guys just like falling out because you guys weren't able to contact each other every day or like recent enough, so you guys like lost touch, you guys should really go contact them, because you might never talk to them again. They might never reach out to you, and maybe that's it with you and that person in this lifetime. Maybe this is the past that you guys been together was the only time you're gonna be with that person. And thinking about that makes me really scared if she hadn't talked to me first, because I think I would have had even more regrets to my life, and I really don't want any more regrets, because it's really painful, and I don't want to be constantly thinking about it anymore. It's really tiring. So yeah, my message is basically, guys, contact the people that you want to contact. Don't drag it out before it's too late, or wishing that they will like contact you first. It might never happen. You might never get as lucky as me. So contact them before it's too late. And that's basically all. I have really bad, not commitment issues, like really bad, there's a word, staying in contact, I guess, issues. And if you have the same problem as me, like not reaching out to your friends first or as much, like as much compared to your friend, actively try to change that, because it really messes with the other person's mentality about you guys' relationship or friendship, because they might feel like they're the only one putting in effort, and we never want people to feel that way. I don't want people to feel like they're alone in something. We never want a friendship to end when there's no real problem. So that's all for today. I know I yacked a lot. I know there's like no order to my story as well. But I just really wanted to talk about this thing because I've been working on it, and I'm really happy that I got to improve on that. And I want you guys to, learn from me. Don't be me. Or like, if you have the same issue, be me and change, and don't make your friends feel like it's really one-sided. That's all for today. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me. Please subscribe if you like my content. Like, comment, so I can hear on your opinions on this, or like your experience. Thank you so much. It's 3 a.m. I'm gonna go to sleep.